is what are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go? Your country is demanding that you defend your principles again, that you fight again. Will you be men and women of courage?
Yes.
When you go out to stand for your belief system, when you engage your government, whether it be local, state, or federal, they will mock you. They will ridicule you. And you'll have to stand nevertheless. Will you be men and women of judgment, recognizing that these great movements begin in small rooms just like this and they spread like wildfire? You feel it, don't you? You feel the energy everywhere you go. You know what's about to happen. Washington knows what's about to happen. Judgment means something, and here's what it means. You see this young lady right here in the front? She reminds me of my children. I've got a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old. She is a reminder to you that you have an obligation to your republic. Judgment means more than the perception of what your actions do today. It means what will your actions accomplish 10 years from now. This young lady needs you to engage today. My 2-year-old and my 7-year-old needs you to engage today. That's judgment. Number 3, will you be men and women of integrity? The ability to defend yourself, but more important, to stand by a friend when they are in need. Integrity means more than what you think. Sometimes it just means a willingness to stand and defend yourself despite your imperfections. I stand here a sinner saved by grace. That's who I am. Flawed. I am flawed beyond recognition. I recognize this and I ask for forgiveness each night. I feel guilt each night. But sometimes, Christians especially, we feel as though because we're imperfect, we can't engage the system. They whisper to us, you can't see that. Look at your past. Of course you can see it. Ignore your past. Fight. Don't let your imperfections get in the way of your duty to your country and your families.
Yeah.
That is true integrity. Here's the hardest part. Will you be men and women of dedication? The liberals have had their way with our foundations for many, many years. For 70 years, like waves against our foundation, they have eroded the bedrock of this country. They have changed our Constitution before our very eyes. They have mocked our God and our values before our very eyes. And for 70 years, we sat silent in the face of that opposition. And tonight we say no more, but we have to remember, we won't win this fight overnight. Don't lose hope. Don't despair. They want you to despair. They want you to lose hope. They want you to stay at home. They don't want you engaged in the system. And they'll say anything to shake your confidence. You don't let them shake your confidence. You'll fight for the dedication. It's a long time coming, but the fight begins tonight. It begins with you tonight in this room. When you leave here, what will you do? Don't ask me what I'm going to do for you. What will you do for your country? What will you do? I know in my heart we can save it, or I wouldn't have run. These men behind me, these women behind me, you know in your heart you can save it or you wouldn't be here right now. There's hope yet. There's life left in these old conservative legs yet. We're going to march all the way to Washington, D.C. I'm just going to wrap up with this, and we'll let the rest of the speakers go because I know they're wanting me to sit down now. Especially Michael Watson. He wants back up here. He's a good one. I am not one day going to tell my two boys about a once great republic we could not save. I'm just not. And I will not tell them that in a moment of crisis, their daddy could not end up a fight. This has not been the best 7 months of my life. I had no idea I was such a bad guy until I watched TV. I'd look at Jill and say, Jill, is that me? She said, yeah. I guess the best story was one night. Have you seen the one about Hurricane Katrina relief on the coast?
Yeah.
Now, you all know the truth about that now. We've kind of gone through that a few times, and it was a 21-minute interview, and they used 1.2 seconds of it. Now, you do know I support Katrina disaster relief. Yes. Well, there's a commercial that's very dark and foreboding. It's very, very bad. You've probably seen it 10,000 times down here. And it ends like this. It says, you just can't count on Chris McDaniel. Can you imagine coming in to see my 7